I could use another drink, Shaft. How about you?
Oh, hell yeah, I can use 2 or 3 more. Especially if I gotta listen to another story about how fast Falzarin can swim.
Well, mayhaps he could tell us instead about what happened last time on the Incorrigible party.
Throughout their watches during the long rest, the party witnesses the Kraken consuming the phlogiston resuscitant mixture, clearly the source of its quickened growth. Its influence reaching further than the confines of the pentagonal structure. As the rest progresses, evidence of Tinnerman successfully altering the city's anchor points into a functioning weapon are witnessed, as a flash of brilliant light and a surge of ocean water, accompanied by a blast of wind, wash into the cave, against the tiny hut.
It appears Falzarin has bought the next round and is headed this way.
And the adventure continues.
I guess we'll find out.
I certainly would hope that they aren't.
They have no way of knowing they are aiding us.
I don't trust Isabella.
Well, I don't know. One possibility, one option that we have is to fly out of the cave and survey what is going on. We can always return. This Kraken appears to still be safe within its cage.
Think it's time to drain it.
I think I agree, Mia.
I could hardly sleep. I just want to drain it.
How long until they come back?
It would be best to wait.
I would estimate that we may have another 30, 60 minutes. I don't know exactly. They had to travel to the east side of the island and then back again to meet the fleet.
Look over at the level. I go, yeah, I can wait.
I guess as long as they're not, the ones being shot and, we could be waiting a long time.
I mean, we can fly out there and see.
If I could compel you, Dreg, do this now.
I have no problem with doing so, but we must all be in agreement. We must all be ready. If some of us leave and some of us attempt this, I do not think that's a good idea.
Well, Shakara, Dreg, yes, the Kraken may grow in strength to an extent over the next hour, let's say, for argument's sake, but just bear in mind the small army of Tritons that we will have on our side if we were to wait, compared to potentially going up against this beast by ourselves. I think our odds are far better.
I mean, if the phlogiston stuff in there is the power that's keeping the tank at bay, we drain it out, tank goes away, Kraken kills us.
That is a very good point, Shaft.
I do worry, yes.
Like I said, it's a timer.
I agree, Shaft. Are we going to lure it out to the ocean for the Tritons to deal with? Surely 20 of these ships, that they will not fit in here. How quickly can they mobilize through any motions to the cave opening? This is their power, their vehicles, or them themselves?
I know you guys don't believe me, but I need to be the one to do this, and I don't think I should do it in the water. I look down at my full metal plate armor.
Well, look at the thing. As soon as it gets an opportunity, it's probably going to go right for the water.
Okay.
It's where it's from.
I will wait on draining this crystal structure until there are Tritons to block the exit.
As you're speaking, another radiant flash of light blasts into the cave. Another boom, the wind and waves from the impact splashing and blowing into this cave.
Falzarin, can you contact Isabella and tell her to not fire upon the Tritons, that they are here to aid us?
Yes, that's an excellent idea, Shakara. Falzarin's going to activate his scabulet.
Are you afraid to say it like you're afraid to say coven?
I've never heard that word before in my life, Elena. Don't know what you're talking about.
And a soft buzz rings through your head as you reach out to Isabella. 3. Bzzzt, bzzzt, bzzzt. And she answers. Oh, hello, Mr. Adams. Still alive, I see.
Alive and well, Isabella.
Ah, a pleasure to hear.
I can't help but notice that there are these booming bursts of radiant light. I certainly hope you're not firing on the army of Tritons that has come to help defeat this Kraken.
Yes, actually, it's quite excellent target practice. I'm getting quite good.
Isabella?
The weapon works perfectly. Tinnerman is a master tinkerer.
Why are you firing on those that are friends and not foes?
Well, they're inhabiting my sea spaces. This island and the surrounding terrain belong to me now. You say they're friends of yours?
Yes, they are. What of this Kraken? They have come to aid in killing this Kraken. And you are
Kraken? You mentioned no Kraken.
There is a Kraken that has been growing in size, I believe, thanks to the doing of your recently passed sister.
Oh, you mean Krelakina? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll let it out into the ocean and I shall pew, pew, blast it.
Isabella, this is madness. Do not fire on the Tritons. They're a good race that seek to protect those living on the material plane.
Oh, you misunderstand, Falzarin. Do not take this tone with me. You do not order Isabella good, Elder good. I give the orders here. You bring this army, perhaps to use against me? If they're friends of yours, you are certainly no friend of mine. What would you have me do? Let you use this potential weapon against me? No. As I said, you can let Krelakina out to the waters, and I shall deal with it myself.
How can I know to trust you? You're already firing on a race of good beings that seek to do you no harm.
Good with an E. Evil is all the same.
Is Falzarin's part of it in his head, or is
Yes,
everybody
it is.
hearing it?
No,
okay.
you're not. It is a threat to me, and I'm dealing with that threat.
They have no intent to do anything to you at the moment, Isabella.
Oh? So you wouldn't have been planning to use them to perhaps take down my sister? When she was still alive and posing a threat?
No, in fact, I could have done that, but did not. I summoned them when I learned of the Kraken.
I see.
That is the express purpose why they are here.
Well, then they can take their little boats outside of the radius of my beautiful new weapon and deal with the Kraken there.
Well, the Kraken is contained inside a cage of sorts at the moment.
Well, then let it out. Get it out of my city.
I am not sure that we have the ability to let it out.
My. I wish I gave this scapular to Shakara. Goodness, what does she say about this? Please, tell me, what does she say? Ask her.
Stand by, Isabella.
Tell me you just hang up on her, please.
It's just like watching somebody go down a whirlpool deeper and deeper.
You're getting flushed, Falsey. Just hang up on her. Come on.
I put her on hold.
What kind of music's playing?
It's not playing.
I'll just keep going.
This is incorrigible.
Shakara, I've been speaking with Isabella. She is firing on the Tritons, and she refuses to stop because she sees them as a threat to her domination over this island and this sea space. She thinks that we should release the Kraken, and she has no desire or no intent to stop firing on the Tritons unless they leave. She is asking me to tell you this and ask of your opinion on the matter. I'm not sure what she's hoping to garner from you.
My opinion is that she should allow the Tritons to help us get rid of the Kraken.
I agree. I tried to emphasize that she believes that I've summoned the Tritons here to potentially
You told
deal
her
with
that
her.
you summoned the Tritons? Falzarin.
Well, I suppose I did.
That was not smart, Falzarin.
It all happened so fast. I just
So, we let this thing go, and then she's gonna kill it?
that's what she claims. I don't know that she's trustworthy. She's
It gets out in the ocean somewhere, and then the Tritons kill it.
I suppose at the moment she's firing this massive weapon on the Tritons. I don't know.
Perhaps we can ask her to allow a truce, a stalemate, a ceasefire, until the Kraken is dealt with.
It's certainly worth a try.
Even if she says she's going to do it, I don't trust her.
I don't either. Let me see what she says.
Well, why don't we do this? Let's do what our original plan was, drain this thing, give Mia her shot with the disc. If that doesn't work, we head down the hallway here. It can't get us there. Out it goes, either she blows it away, or the Tritons take care of it.
But if the Tritons are not ready and in position, it can get away from them.
They're not gonna make it to any position if she keeps shooting them out of the water.
Falzarin, tell Isabella I request she stops firing on the Tritons.
I will certainly try that. Okay, so I attempt to reestablish communication with Isabella.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry, it was quite catchy call waiting music. So, what did my favorite say? New favorite, I should say.
Yes. So it's all very good, Isabella. She said that she requests a truce, that you pause your assault on these Tritons for the moment, and we will see if we can release this Kraken.
Now, you see, that's the spirit. All I ask is that you try.
Yes. I'm sure that that's all you ask, Isabella.
I will cease firing for now. I will say you are taking quite a bit of my fun away for the day. I don't know what I will do now that my plans are freed up. But I will say, once you're done with this Kraken business, please do come back and see me, and be sure to bring Shakara.
I will certainly pass your message along.
Well, I do still owe you transport off the island, as the cultists are dealt with.
Yes. I hope to be seeing you soon, Isabella.
That's all for now, Falza. And you hear a little click, little buzz, hanging up.
Shakara, she seems to have accepted that request. She's going to stop firing on the Tritons, and she has said that she would like to see you again soon.
I imagine she would. We must get that thing removed from your chest.
Yes, I suspect this will be the death of me if I'm not able to find a way to get it out of my chest.
She said she'd take it off when we came back. Can we not trust her?
Can we?
I guess we will see, Shaft. Now, Mia, you're saying you have a plan if we release this Kraken. Why don't we...
I mean, it would help if the Tritons can trap it into this cave and we can just kill it here. You let it out to the ocean, who knows what it'll do. I need to be the one to kill it, and I need to do it with this disc. And I just look down at my bag.
Why don't we go ahead and get prepared so when they get here, we're ready to do it?
Your plan is release the Kraken, do something with the disc.
Hit it with the disc. Yep. I'm really proud of my plans. I love good plans. Yep.
Good plans. Good with an E.
No. This has nothing to do with Isabella. But if we could get some Tritons in the cave to help us, park a big ship out here to block it from getting out. I mean, yeah, I probably could destroy the ship, but, like, if the Tritons could get here, and I just need a moment while it's distracted to just hit it with this disc and drain it of its power. I can do it. Thor has blessed me. I can do it.
How much of your power does it drain when you touch it?
I mean, for the quick second I hold it, I don't about 5 hit points.
And how many of these hit points do you suppose the Kraken has? How many seconds do you suppose you will have to hold the disc onto the Kraken?
If I have to crawl into the belly of the beast and plant it inside, I will do it. I'm the one to do it. Thor is helping me. I will do it.
I will back you.
So the plan is to now wait for someone to come back, some Tritons to come back.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I think we'll go ahead out and talk about, we'll open the portal, the hole right here on this side,
Plan
right?
it out. Yep. Strategize.
Put the rope around Dreg, and then I say to Dreg, you can teleport back to the mainland, right?
Yes, actually, I can take us all. We have no need for Isabella's portal, now that I'm fully rested. But, again, we would have to wait a full day if we did want to return for some reason.
Oh, okay, that sounds good. All right,
Chef.
all right, so here's what we'll do. Now, let's talk about the map here. My suggestion is we go back this hallway, put the rope on. Drag goes up with Shakara, put the rope around him, and then on the east side of this, the opposite side of the water, we would open and drain and pull Drag back.
Yep.
Shakara there beside, and if one of the tentacles comes out, she can lop it off.
How high is this cave?
60 feet up, about.
Okay. Would we assume that the Pegasuses, when they wake up, are just kind of like floating in circles around in the cave?
Well, they're not quite a light. They are, again, they're just kind of, their hooves are tapping restlessly on the stones. The wings
because they don't
furling
like
and
being on the
unfurling.
ground. Okay, yeah.
Not particularly, no.
But if we don't want them to leave and be close to us, they could still be flying in the cave. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they could, but like if they're going to fly, they're probably just going to fly out of there, right? Like,
Okay, yeah. Okay.
It would probably be safer if the Pegasus left the cave before we release the Kraken.
How many times can we say release the Kraken?
I'm gonna try for a few more.
Yeah, as much as a gift as they are from Thor, I don't think that I want the Peggies in harm's way. Go fly free, Peggies.
Oh, you want to shoot them?
I do, yeah.
Okay, you can. Yeah, I mean, you could usher them out. Again, they like understand you, but they can't obviously speak back to you. So yes, if you would like to try to impart some type of like it's for you, like get out of here because shit's about to go down.
Get out of here. Stuff's about to go down, and stay out of Izzy's fire.
Okay, why don't you roll me a persuasion check?
23.
Okay. Jesus. You see them kind of like bow their long maned necks down, like lowering their heads to you and raise up and their wings unfurl and give 2 quick flaps as they, one by one, launch into the air and fly up and out of this cave opening.
All right, Dreg, you ready to do this?
I thought we were waiting for the Tritons.
Can we not practice?
And show Kralakina exactly what we plan to do.
Okay, sure. True. Fine. Also, by the way, that's a Kraken. It's not Kralakina right now. I can tell.
Whatever.
And yeah, this whole time it has been like quietly watching all of you, much like it has like every time you've been here. It's less now like kind of a intent of curiosity, but more of like guarded, like being guarded as it watches you and floats. As it has much less space to maneuver around in this thing than it did before, obviously. But about another 35 minutes pass, and you see the waves start to pick up on the shore of the water, and up out of the waves rises a manta ray ship. You see it looks like it's damaged a little bit. One of its kind of fins, its undulating fins, is singed and looks damaged but still functional. And this clear dome raises up, and it is Slava. He has returned. Falzer,
Slava, are you all right?
we took many casualties. What was this? What is this weapon? You did not warn us of this.
I had no idea that this weapon was going to be present and was going to be firing on you. Unfortunately, there is a hag that it seems like she is claiming this island and the surrounding sea as her own, and she has weaponized the devices that were creating the safety dome to protect the city of Heraklion. She has turned them into these, I don't know what they are, but I'm sure you've seen what they can do.
They are devastating, but we seem to have found the limit of their range. The rest of our forces are parked just outside of it. Are we ready to attempt to release this monstrosity?
I believe so. Sorry, what are we releasing, Slava?
Okay. Slava, hi, Mia here. Are you guys expecting us to release this Kraken into the water? Because, well, my god, Thor, he told me I need to kill it with this disc in my bag. I don't swim very well in all this gear and armor.
Our forces are most effective in the open ocean. Are you able to handle it in here? If you release it and it runs for the water, we will be able to cut it off.
Sounds like you got one shot.
I mean, do you have any other ideas of how I need to hit it with a disc, and it needs to be me. And if that can happen in the water, fine. If you can help me make that happen. But
Once the tank comes down, throw the damn disc.
Slava, I don't believe that this hag is going to fire upon any of your forces for the time being. She's not very trustworthy, but I have reason to believe that you will be safe, at least for the moment.
Then I will put my trust in you, Valdrin, like Karos does. And we will be able to move in. Should I try to flee from your attempts, this disc you speak of, we will cut it off, and we will finish it.
that's all I ask. Thank you for giving me the chance to do what Thor wants me to do.
If Thor wants you to potentially die, then that is not for me to say, or stand in the way of.
Let's not talk about dying as I'm tying the rope around Drake.
That
Tightening
constant
the noose.
nervous spin of his ring.
It's gonna be alright, Drake. Look, trust me, I'll get you out of this. I need you to get me back after this is all done. And I tie him up and I sort of push him over there, then I walk back 45 feet and into the hallway.
I hold on to the rope and go with Chef.
All right, so Slava and his companions get back into their ship, and they move out to rally the forces, so to speak, and they will be moving into position.
I walk up to Dreg and put my hand on his shoulder. Friend, are you sure you want to be the one to do this? I am happy to stand in your stead.
I was lured here under false pretenses. I was lied to. I've almost died numerous times. We've all been through quite a bit together in the last 24 plus hours. This system I've built has now been weaponized. I feel I owe this to Heraklion to do this.
If that is how you feel, I respect that, Dreg. You are an honorable man, and I hope that we will be thinking back on this day many years from now, remembering the triumph and the rebuilding of Heraklion.
I do hope you and I can make this city a city once more, a city worth being proud of once more. And he grasps the rope around his waist, giving it a tug, making sure it's tight around his waist, and nodding at Shaft, having composed the knot, and he's ready to get in position.
So I say to Mia, I go, hey, I reach down and I get my shackles, and I shackle my own wrist, one side. Okay. Why don't you go up a little closer to make sure that disc hits? And then, if everything works out right, you should be able to pop right back here to me.
Okay, so Mia's gonna move more than halfway. She's going to be on one side of Dreg. Shakara said she'd support him on one side too, right? So
Yeah.
Mia's fiddling with her bag like Dreg with his ring.
Falzern, where are you standing?
I'm going to be also standing back in the tunnel, but I will be just at the mouth.
Do you have a hand on the rope as well? Ready to tug?
Yeah, I will, but I feel like I'd like to be a little bit closer in case things go sideways.
So we got the halfling and Falzarin pulling him out. Come on.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
In Roll20, there's a whole bunch of dead things
Yep.
right about where the liquid will flow. Are those actually there?
They are.
We may have an issue.
What?
Oh,
The
crap.
resuscitant.
The resuscitant is mixed in with the phlogiston and may get on all of those bodies.
Leland, you sneaky bugger.
Okay, so let's line up and have the phlogiston and resuscitant go to the ocean?
I think that's...
Do not think that's a good idea either.
What are we gonna do?
We could drag the bodies away from where the liquid will flow.
Gotta drag that Hydra?
We should try.
Can we burn them?
I mean, it's been sitting here for a couple days, right?
Yes, it
One head at a time?
Well, 5 of them are laying around about the place, so...
Who can start a flame? Let's light them on fire. We know fire.
That would take hours to get rid of them.
Damn it, we should have been doing this when we were just screwing around for hours.
So would you, if you would like to, drag, because there's a bunch of the dead Kraken priests and cultists, if you want to drag them, out down the hallway, you can definitely do that.
At least
Yeah.
the human or humanoid bodies
Sure.
you could drag.
Yeah, you
fairly
can easily get
I would
rid of
say, right?
those.
Well, let's cut heads off and drag those. Oh,
They're already cut off.
right.
And what of the Hydra carcass?
How heavy is it?
Just the body.
Well, it takes up a 15 by 15 foot space. It's
Many, many hundreds
yeah.
of pounds.
I
would
guess
imagine.
we leave it.
probably 2 or 3 tons, possibly.
Without heads, can it come back?
Falsey walks up and picks it up.
One-handed?
Yeah.
You blow out your 4th and 5th disc in your spine.
Baldy's now paralyzed from the waist down.
I mean, the lot of you could collectively, like, drag it to the ocean, maybe to the mouth of the water if you wanted to try. Like, it won't fit down the hallway, obviously, where you took the cultist bodies.
Guys, let's drag the Hydra towards the ocean and put the barrels between the crystal and the ocean so that it can't flow through as easily to the ocean. Like, line these barrels up.
We can at least try that.
Good enough. Let's
Good
do
enough.
If we poke a hole in the north side of this
Bill,
pentagon and the Hydra's in the south side,
said Bill.
right?
it. I don't think we want to get too close to the water, and we don't want the stuff going in the water.
Okay, Mia goes to pick up...
Why don't we want the stuff going in the water?
Because it's got
Don't
resuscitate, Bill.
reanimate
Come on.
anything in it.
But there's nothing dead
There's
in the
lots
water.
of dead things in the ocean. Are you kidding me?
Fish, sharks, octopi, octopuses, tritons.
I believe they're octopussies.
Probably a few humans.
Shakara,
Okay,
help me.
so moving these bodies, they take you upwards of another hour, finally heaving and hoeing the corpse of this Hydra. Meanwhile, of course, the Kraken grows
Is laughing
in
at us.
size and strength.
Yeah, it's chuckling to
Well,
itself.
like, why did no one suggest this earlier?
Because I thought Leland just forgot to remove them from Roll20. Should have known better.
So everyone taking your positions once more. Rope wrapped around Dreg falls in a shaft, gripping the ends of it tight, ready to pull him out of harm's way. Shakara and Mia on either side of him, ready to hack and slash at anything that may enter, or exit, I should say, the 5-foot opening that he will be creating. Dreg pulls off his ring, and he mutters his incantations that he taught
Wait.
Falzarin.
1 second. I am going to cast Branding Smite. Next time I hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends, which is 1 minute, the attack does an extra 2d6 radiant damage. It has a dim light in a 5-foot radius, and the thing can't become invisible.
Is he casting a
Okay.
spell?
While Shakar is doing that, I will also cast Mage Armor on myself.
I lay a hand on Dreg's shoulder, and I perform the cantrip Guidance. So he has an extra d4 if you're rolling for a middle.
For an ability check?
Yeah.
Great. He does have a level of exhaustion, so he will have disadvantage on said check that he'll have to make. And unlucky for Shakar, it takes 10 minutes for him to do this opening. No, I'm just kidding. Shaft. Dreg
Danzig.
continues with the interrupted incantation and very quickly places the ring on the side of the structure and waves his hands, taking them away from it. It just stays there and starts to glow and brighten and open, and immediately the phlogiston resuscitant mixture begins to pour out. And unlike before, you see the Kraken, it seems a little more reserved, maybe a little more calculated. And the ring fully expands, draining the liquid. The Kraken, its tentacle, not immediately, but it reaches out to either side of it. And Dreg
Yank.
instinctively leaps back. So why don't Shaft and Falzarin? So you guys are, I guess we'll call it like you're aiding Dreg, so he'll have advantage on this acrobatics check to get away, which disadvantage, so just a straight roll plus the d4 from the guidance. Ooh, he gets a 17. He easily evades the tentacle, but it doesn't seem like it was really going for him as Dreg backs up with the yank pulling him 15 feet back. He's almost stumbling on his feet as the rope then goes limp with the slack in both of Falzarin and Shaft's hands. And the Kraken, its tentacles kind of grasp either side of this opening now, and you see it start to pull it, and it expands it wider and wider, and more of the mixture is pouring out. Shakara and Mia, you could each have moments to act here if you wanted to do something before the opening gets too large.
I'm going to try and chop a tentacle.
Go for it.
How close are these tentacles to us?
Well, you were standing right next to it, so
Right.
you're like within 5 feet of it.
That is a 20 to hit.
20 definitely hits.
That is
7 sword damage and 8 radiant damage. And he's glowing. The tentacle's glowing.
Glowing.
And Mia.
Do I have time to reach the disc and then hack with the disc?
If you'd like, yeah.
Yeah,
you can
let's.
try.
Okay, so I reach in my bag, grab the disc, and just slam down on the tentacle with the disc.
Okay, why don't you make an attack roll for me, just with a straight strength.
I rolled a 10 plus 3, 13.
Yeah, you slam it, and you make contact with the disc. I mean, this tentacle is huge, but it just doesn't seem to do anything at all as it, unfazed, continues to open this hole in the side of the structure. And you see the light, it begins to flicker, the yellow brilliance around it, right? It's always been emanating this dim glow. It begins to flicker, and the mixture rushes over both Shakara and Mia. Could you each make a dexterity saving throw to stay on your feet, please? You are close enough to benefit from Shakara's aura there, Mia. Yeah.
16.
So 17 plus what, 4?
Yeah.
21.
You are both absolutely fine, able to brace yourselves against the liquid, and finally prise it open to about 15 feet of a circumference or diameter, and the entire structure shatters around it, and it blasts out shards of this crystalline substance. And we can roll initiative.
Falsey has a 16.
Dreg gets a 12.
Kara got a 13.
21 for Shaft.
12.
Wow, it's finally here.
Yeah.
Elias will be happy to know that I have been drinking.
Elias, there's one.
Shaft, you're up with 21.
All right, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on, of course, the Kraken as my bonus action. As my first action, I'm going to cast. Can I do that? Can I do Hunter's Mark? I guess I can do that. And then Flame Arrows is another action. It is a concentration spell. You touch a quiver containing arrows and bolts. When the target is hit by a ranged attack using this piece of ammunition drawn from the quiver, the target takes an extra 1d6 fire damage. The spell's magic ends when on the piece of ammunition when it hits or misses, and it ends with I have 12 pieces. The spell ends when 12 pieces of ammunition have been drawn from the quiver. It lasts for 1 hour. So I believe that as my Hunter's Mark is a bonus action, Flame Arrows is an action, and then I get 1 attack.
No, because you don't get your extra attack unless you take the attack action.
Okay. So that's what I do then. Hunter's Mark and Flame Arrows.
Nice.
You'll say you see Shaft drop the rope. He touches back behind on this quiver, and you see sort of flames shoot out from the back as it lights up a little glow around in the hallway. A little shaft.
That is very cool.
That's a new spell, yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
Next up is El Krakeno.
Krakeno.
Now free of its constraints, it looms over Shakara and Mia.
Come at me, bro.
Before it has an opportunity, or before it lashes out at either of you, a colossal wave from the ocean comes swooshing into the cave, overturning the barrel blockade you set up. But it does flood the chamber with 2 feet of water.
And the Hydra washes away to sea. Thank you.
Could Shakara, Mia, Dreg, Falzern, and Shaft all make me a strength saving throw, please?
23.
19.
21.
7.
The 2 wizards are swept up in this wave and shot 60 feet away from the Kraken. Both of them colliding into Shaft despite being able to keep his feet. The rest of you are pushed back 10 feet.
I'm gonna move 10 feet, but stay in the aura. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, you get pushed 10 feet back, so you're here.
No.
Same with Shakara. You would
No.
have been there, right? So technically, you're still in the aura.
Okay. We will not forget the aura the night Leland is drinking again.
Now, with some distance between you and the Kraken, you hear a crack of thunder, and from outside the cave, 3 bolts of lightning shoot through the opening. 2 hitting Shakara, or 2 aimed at Shakara and 1 at Mia. Actually, not 1 at Mia, because he wouldn't do that. I guess all 3 at Shakara. 3 bolts of lightning blast into the cave against Shakara.
Frig.
And the Kraken ain't dumb.
Okay, so he knows I'm resistant to...
Kraken's smarter than
He
Fulton.
knows I'm resistant to lightning. Fine.
Exactly right.
Fine. He's also my dad.
Talk about daddy issues.
Daddy?
Shakara, could you make me 3 dexterity saving throws?
Dang
Man,
nabbit.
it's just, I'm sorry, that's just circumstances of how that happened.
That is a 22, a 22, and a 22.
Wow.
Emma's rolling for once. Good job.
I rolled
Hot
3
dog.
12s.
Hot dog, you say?
Not even a problem. All 3 smash into you, but you will be taking half damage.
Of course. Lightning counts as fire, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You'll take 37 total lightning damage as your muscles stiffen and seize momentarily in the lightning.
37 is halved or 30?
37 is definitely half.
Oh, freak.
Falzarin, you're up at 16.
So, Falzarin will cast Blink.
We're going to war.
War never changes.
The war cry of Falzarin. Blink. With my movement, I'm gonna stay put, right by Shaft and Dreg there, and I will roll for Blink. It's a 7, so nothing happens.
Still up, still in the material plane. All right, on. Oh, actually, Shakara and Mia, from where you are inside of the cave, from the ocean,
Don't do it.
almost a feeling of deja vu.
Don't do it.
2 water
Aw,
elementals surface out of the sea.
Dude.
Despite Falzarin seeing signs of them, warned none of the party.
You saw signs of water elementals?
Wait, what? I saw signs of water elementals?
Yeah, the water didn't go back down in the right way when you're on your rest.
Unfortunately, on land, they are not very fast.
Unfortunately.
Next, Shakara.
What a tragic story that is, that they're not as fast on land.
But you know, Krakens hate water elementals.
They do.
Yeah, but
The natural enemy.
it's a love-hate thing.
Water
Oh,
elementals,
okay.
being very civilized, are natural enemies of the
I
Kraken.
forget when we fought water elementals. Can you remind me what Mia would know? Because we fought them and learned stuff.
They like to move over your space and like shake you up inside of their bodies.
But wasn't it like something about magic damage or something? Certain.
Yeah, like magic, magical weapons and stuff. Like attacks from magical sources do the best damage. Like
Okay.
do full damage.
Were they immune to fire?
No resistance or anything to fire.
It seems counterintuitive, but
Apparently, the opposite of water in 5e is poison. They have immunities to poison.
oh.
I am going to run over towards the water elementals that are coming in. Mia, destroy that Kraken! And flame breath on the first water elemental.
And your flame breath is a line, is it not?
It is.
So it will definitely be able to reach both of them.
Cool.
So they make a dexterity saving throw.
They do.
Water elemental 1 gets a 13. Ooh, number 2 gets an 11.
I have 5d6 written down. That's what it is, right? Because of my ring.
Well, the ring adds 2d6 to whatever you should be.
3d6, and then it adds 2d6, so that's 5d6 total.
Dang.
Nice. That's nearly a fireball.
Well, depending on who's rolling
Yeah,
it.
Bill, remember. Count your fireball die here.
That's 17 points.
Nicely done. Steam vapors rising off of both of their bodies as you engulf them in this flame. Mia.
All right. Can I do some sort of check to pay attention closely to what effect that disc had when I held it and slashed it with it?
Well, you effectively missed it, so it didn't do anything.
Oh, it missed completely. I didn't even hit it.
Well, you rolled like a 10, so...
Oh, okay. I thought I
yeah.
hit it because it was right there and it just did nothing. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, for flourish, yes, but
Okay.
mechanically, you missed it.
Okay. And it didn't drain me of anything. It's in my hand. It's in my hand, essentially. Technically.
No,
Okay.
it's fine.
Okay.
Said with enthusiasm.
Well, yes, it's supposed to. Yes, I suppose it does, but I missed it, so that's fine. You're fine.
Mia reaches down and pulls off her amulet. Radiant soul coming out, transforming with her glimmering eyes and her incorporeal wings sprouting. So I've got a
Meow.
minute. So that's 10 rounds. And so this is round 1 of that, or is this round 0 of that?
This would be round 1.
Okay.
Because that doesn't take your action.
It does. It does. It says once per long rest as an action you can transform. So now that I did that, once per long rest, I can once per turn, I can have an attack or spell deal an extra 9 additional radiant damage to a target, which I don't want to forget. I'm going to cast a bonus action. I'm going to, at 2nd level, cast. I mean, that's what level it is. Spiritual weapon. So I'm gonna summon my spiritual hammer.
Bam.
And my spiritual hammer can take an attack this turn or no?
Yep.
Okay, so that's a d8 plus 5 and then an extra 9. 9 radiant damage. 23 to hit.
That definitely hits.
23 to hit, and that is 13 force damage plus 9 radiant damage.
So, sorry, could you read me the text of the Radiant Soul? It's just any attack you do?
It says right here, for 1 minute until you end it as a bonus action, you have a flying speed of 30 feet, and once per turn you have 1 attack or spell deal 9 in additional radiant damage to 1 target.
Okay, or spell, so that's good. So just keep in mind...
Oh, because spiritual weapon's a spell, yeah.
Right, so you or your spiritual
Or my
hammer will
hammer.
be able to deal
My
that
hammer
extra.
or my
Yeah,
spiritual
makes-
hammer.
There you go, your hammer or your hammer, what a choice. Okay, great, so 9 additional.
So 22, but it's 13 force and 9 radiant.
Nice.
Yep.
Nicely done.
And I move 30 feet up in the air from where I'm at. Just gonna levitate.
Just up, okay.
Yeah, might as well.
Dreg, recovering from this wave, charges in, hearing Shakara's yell, taking in these water elemental bearing down on her. He's going to... You know what? He's going to attempt to banish one of these water elementals. Just get it the hell out of here.
Oh, snap,
Good
Dreg.
with that.
Do it. Do it.
So, the water elemental must make a charisma saving throw.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna be good. Because a 9.
Krakens are very charismatic, but he's doing elemental.
You hear a small popping sound.
Yep, little pop. And the elemental closest to Shakara is banished
So
to
bye-bye?
its plane of
Atta
origin.
boy.
As long as Dreg can maintain concentration,
is
it
it
will stay that way.
The elemental plane of water.
That would be where it originates, yep.
Oh, water elemental. Never would have guessed.
Gosh, the Brightwoods sure are smart.
Not according to Izzy.
Back to the top with Shaft ready and primed with these arrows of flame.
Absolutely. Okay, we're gonna loose one of these flaming arrows. That is a 18.
Yep.
All right. Has it been damaged?
Yes, it has.
Well, that's not as good as I would have liked. That's 16 points of damage.
All right.
Do a second one. And that is a 17 to hit.
That is a hit.
All right. Now I don't get a Colossus Slayer on that, though. That is 17 points of damage.
Nice.
Nice job.
So I whip out the arrow, I sort of light it up, I sort of move around these guys in my way. I guess Falzarin's the only one back there, right?
Yep.
So I sort of pull that out and I loose one of these arrows and trying to shoot it right into one of the tentacles. Does it, it penetrates and catches fire?
It seems to damage him, that's for sure.
Awesome. I marked 2 off of my list of 12.
Great. The Kraken. You see, it takes 2 of its tentacles and it plunges them into the newly flooded chamber. And a surge of electricity radiates out through the water, affecting all creatures within 120 feet of it. Could you each make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
What if I'm flying right now?
Constitution.
You're fine. You are out of the water. You're okay.
20 for Shaft.
22 for Shakara.
Falzarin. Come on, cockroach.
18.
Oh,
for Falsey.
nice.
The DC was 18, so those that passed will take half damage, so you'll take 8 lightning damage.
Okay.
And Drag unfortunately failed, so he'll take the full 16.
Uh-oh.
But he's got like 1,000 hit points, right?
And anybody maintaining concentration can make a Constitution saving throw. So that would be Shaft, I suppose, with his Hunter's Mark.
Yeah.
You just need a 10 or higher.
11.
There you go. You maintain concentration. Drag. Oh man, Drag needs... Shit, Drag needs... He took 16 damage. It's 10 or half the damage, so he needs a 10 as well. 10 or higher. Ooh, he gets a 17, so he
Nice.
maintains concentration on the banishment. So Water Elemental 1 still remains banished.
Nice.
And now the Kraken will take its turn, as that was just a layer action.
A what?
Yup.
It moves,
Yup.
ignoring the hammer,
A layer action?
Yup.
getting right up to Shakara, Mia, and Drag.
Oh.
You see its beady eyes, they round on you, Mia, specifically up in the air.
Of course.
And now this Kraken stands like 20 feet up into the air, and it just lashes out with one of its tentacles at you.
But I got wings.
Well, it has a 20-foot reach, so you can't even fly high enough to get out of this
I'm
thing.
30 feet up, I said. Oh, I mean, I guess it's tall.
It gets a 23.
Do I do a saving throw or something?
You take 19 bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled as it wraps around you.
Oh, crap.
Oh, I don't contest it with anything. It just hits me.
No, you can try to escape on your turn, but you're grappled by it. So your movement is now 0. Shakara,
Yeah.
tentacle swipes around at you. Ooh, it gets a 15. Wow.
It just slides right off.
And finally, Drag. Ooh, a 28 on Drag.
Drag's going down.
Yeah.
Drag takes 16 bludgeoning and is also grappled.
Rip, drag, rip.
Ooh, he's gonna have to roll a concentration check for that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, 15 again! The water elemental
Thank
remains
goodness.
banished.
He never does con checks, and now he's doing them again.
Yeah, they're important now.
Yeah.
They're important to high level play.
I know. Dang it.
He hasn't had enough wine. You kept telling him to stop drinking.
Just trying to save your life.
What do you think, Falsey? Your party needs you. Dreg needs
Come on,
you.
Falsey, you could do it.
Don't be baited, just blink.
No, Blink's gonna happen. But I have to do something before Blink happens.
Don't be baited. Polymorph Dreg!
I'm grappled, Shaft. You know that, right?
Polymorph
Oh,
drag.
okay, he's smiling. Como si, como sa.
How dexterous is a Kraken?
Not very. Out of all
I
things.
feel like it's probably not very Okay. Falzarin is going to cast Fireball. And
Whoa.
I'm going to center it on a point between the Kraken and the remaining water elemental so that it will catch both of them.
You'd have to move into the chamber to do that.
Oh, do I really?
You are far
Yeah.
into the corridor. You cannot see that point.
Oh,
from where
right.
you are.
Yes. Okay, I will do that then.
So you're going to move closer to the Kraken.
Yes.
Excellent.
Excellent.
How's
So
How's
evil.
there?
Just inch up a little bit more.
I was gonna say you got to get to the mouth of the entrance of that tunnel for you to see that point.
How about that?
That's the opposite of the mouth.
You can hit the Kraken if you want.
You're heading more towards the anus.
Really,
of the tunnel.
you haven't even seen the water elementals in
That
the
butt
room
plug zone.
Yeah. Okay. So I see that my friends are in dire straits. I'm gonna move to the mouth of this cave, and I will cast Fireball.
yet. The Kraken gets a 9, and the water elemental gets a 6.
All right.
I would have thought water would have been more dexterous.
I rolled very low. That hit on you. The Kraken has a plus 12 to its tentacle attacks, and I rolled a 15 on you, Shakara.
Damn.
Pretty low, rolling pretty bad
I
right
like
now.
these dice that you have tonight, Leland.
I'm rolling bloody jungle here. It's not working.
Bloody jungle can
And suck it. Can you believe what just happened?
Yeah, nothing shocks me anymore.
I really do like the intro and outro music.
Yeah, it's Josh Jarvis. You can contact him at jamesmercymusic@gmail.com.
And the ambient sounds from tabletop audio really draw me into the story.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Would you happen to know how to contact anybody from the party?
Yeah, I don't know why you'd want to, but yeah, they're all over the damn place. They're on Twitter at Incorrigible Par, Instagram and Facebook as Incorrigible Party, and they got a website with a bunch of crap on it too.
Incorrigibleparty.com?
Yeah, I think that's it.
What about merchandise?
Yeah, it's on the website.
What about NPCs and maps of Aspara?
Yeah, it's on the website.
What about information about giveaways and links to the episodes?
Yeah, it's all on the website.
What about a good shepherd's pie recipe?
There are no good shepherd's pie recipes.
Well, mayhaps their sponsor, Critical Hit Design, will have some.
Well, if you eat it, you'll have some happy adventuring.